Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, dear devotees, for kindly being present here today. I'm very grateful to each and every one of you for being present here today. And it is Vaishnava Parampara to glorify the audience and give thanks to the audience before we begin a talk. Because of the audience, the class is successful, and all of you are present here today as the audience. So I'm very thankful to each and every one of you. Thank you, dear devotees, for kindly being here. You are the main reason for the success of the talk. Thank you very much. My thanks also to Hemagiri Prabhu and the devotees in the management of SriSriRadhaRasbihariTemple who kindly invited me to speak here today on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrit, Adi Leela, 3rd chapter, verses 1 to 4. Before we begin, there is Shishta Parampara. There is tradition established by the previous acharyas that in order to ensure auspiciousness, we should perform Mangala Charan. So we will begin by performing Mangala Charan. Most of us know these verses. You can kindly sing along with me. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Soyam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitanscha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namah He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Srila Prabhupada ki Sri Chaitanya Charitamrit ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Yeah, there is an introduction to the chapter. So the introduction is to be read. Yes or no? Should I directly start from the verse? Introduction? All right. So reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrit, Adi Leela, chapter 3, the external reasons for the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Introduction. In this chapter, the author has fully discussed the external reasons for the descent of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna, after displaying his pastimes as Lord Krishna, thought it wise to make his advent in the form of a devotee to explain personally the transcendental mellows of reciprocal service and love exchange between himself and his servants, friends, parents, and fiancés. According to the Vedic literature, the foremost occupational duty for humanity in this age of Kali is Nam Sankirtan, or congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord. The incarnation for this age especially preaches this process, but only Lord Krishna himself can explain the confidential loving service performed in the four principal varieties of loving affairs between the Supreme Lord and his devotees. Lord Krishna therefore personally appeared with his plenary portions as Lord Chaitanya. As stated in this chapter, it was for this purpose that Lord Krishna appeared personally in Navadvip in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishnadas Kaviraj has herein presented much authentic evidence from Srimad Bhagavatam and other scriptures to substantiate the identity of Lord Chaitanya with Sri Krishna himself. He has described bodily symptoms in Lord Chaitanya that are visible only in the person of the Supreme Lord, and he has proved that Lord Chaitanya appeared with his personal associates Sri Nityananda, Advait, Gadadhar, Srivas and other devotees to preach the special significance of chanting Hare Krishna. The appearance of Lord Chaitanya is both significant and confidential. He can be appreciated only by pure devotees and only through the process of devotional service. The Lord tried to conceal his identity as the Supreme Personality of Godhead by representing himself as a devotee. But his pure devotees could recognize him by his special features. The Vedas and Puranas foretell the appearance of Lord Chaitanya. But still, he is sometimes called significantly the concealed descent of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Advaita Acharya was a contemporary of Lord Chaitanya's father. He felt sorry for the condition of the world because even after Lord Krishna's appearance, no one had interest in devotional service to Krishna. This forgetfulness was so overwhelming that Advaita Prabhu was convinced that no one but Lord Krishna himself could enlighten people about devotional service to the Supreme Lord. Therefore, Advaita requested Lord Krishna to appear as Lord Chaitanya. Offering tulsi leaves and Ganges water, he cried for the Lord's appearance. The Lord, being satisfied by his pure devotees, descends to satisfy them. As such, being pleased by Advaita Acharya, Lord Chaitanya appeared. We'll read from text 1 to 4. The first text is in front of you. This is a Sanskrit verse in the meter Anushtup. Kindly repeat after me. Shri Chaitanya Prabhum Vande Yat Padashraya Viryatah Sangrinatya Karavrata Agyaha Siddhanta Sanmanin. Word for word. Shri Chaitanya Prabhu to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Vande, I offer my respectful obeisances. Yad, of whom? Pada Ashraya, of the shelter of the lotus feet. Viryatah, from the power. Sangrihnati, collects. Akaravrata, from the multitude of minds in the form of scriptures. Agyaha, a fool. Siddhanta, of conclusion. Satmanin, the best jewels. Translation by His Divine Grace Abhay Charnaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. I offer my respectful obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. By the potency of the shelter of his lotus feet, even a fool can collect the valuable jewels of conclusive truths from the mines of revealed scriptures. Dear devotees, there is no purport on this particular verse, so I will not get into explaining the verse, but Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has used a term for himself here, Agyaha. And the term Agyaha is given in the word for word as a fool. So, although the author is calling himself Agyaha out of his humility, but it is the responsibility of those of us who are reading it to not interpret it in that manner. Because we do not want to end up calling our own Acharya as Agya. So, Agya has another meaning. Please repeat after me. No, Gyaha, Yasmat. A means there is no, and Gyaha means learned person as compared to him. That person is known as what? Agya. Another meaning of Agya is, in Bhagavad-gita, Bhagavan Shri Krishna has said, Aksharanam Akarosmi. Amongst all the alphabets, I am the alphabet A. So please repeat after me. Krishnam Janati iti Agya. One who knows A or Shri Krishna is known as what? Agya. Because A is another name of Shri Krishna. Therefore, Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami may call him Agya. We disagree with the traditional meaning, but we have a specific meaning of Agya when it comes to Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Since there is no purport, I will not get into elaborating upon this verse further. Let's move to the next verse. This is a paya. In Bengali, it's not called a shlok, it is called a paya. So this is a Bengali paya. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to Lord Chaitanya, all glories to Lord Nityananda, all glories to Advaita Chandra, all glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. Third text is also a Mangala Paya. Please repeat after me. Tritiya Shlokera Artha Kaila Vivarana Chaturtha Shlokera Artha Suna Bhakta Gana. Tritiya Shlokera Artha Kaila Vivaran Chaturtha Shlokera Artha Suna Bhaktagan. Srila Prabhupada translates, I have given the purport of the third verse. Now, O devotees, please listen to the meaning of the fourth with full attention. So, what is the meaning of third and fourth verse here? In the beginning of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrit, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami had composed Mangala Charan, introductory verses. So, verse 1, verse 2, verse 3, verse 4, and he is dedicating one chapter to explaining each verse. So, in the first chapter, in the beginning of Chaitanya Charitamritam, he had explained Mangala Charan verse 1. That has been explained in the first chapter itself. Mangala Charan verse 2, Mangala Charan verse 3 has been explained in previous chapters. Now, in this chapter, Mangala Charan verse 4 will be explained. But question is, what was Mangala Charan verse 4? So, that verse is repeated here now. So, the next verse, text 4, is that Mangala Charan verse which was already quoted in the first chapter. It was verse 4. It was already quoted. But now it is being repeated here so that you don't have to flip back to the first chapter. Alright, so it is being repeated here. This verse is in the meter Prithvi. It is originally from the Vidagdha Madhav Natakam of Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada. So the meter is Prithvi. I'll try to sing it. It's a very important verse in the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. Kindly sing after me. Anarpitacharim chirat karunayavatirna kalau Anarpitacharim chirat karunayavatirna kalau Anarpitacharim chirat karunayavatirna kalau Samarpayadu Unnata Ujjwala Rasam Svabhakti Shriyam Hare Burata Sundara Dyudikadamba Sandipita Sada Hridaya Kandare Spuratu Vashachi Nandana. So this meter is known as Prithvi. So in Prithvi meter, this is the fourth Mangala, this is the fourth verse in this chapter, and it is also the fourth Mangala Charan verse originally. So dear devotees, this verse is originally has been composed by Srila Rupa Goswami in Vidagdha Madhav Natakam. Let's read the translation and purport. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Shachi Devi, be transcendently situated in the innermost core of your heart. Resplendent with the radiance of molten gold, he has descended in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before, the most elevated mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. Purport. This is a quotation from the Vidagdha Madhav, first chapter, second verse, a drama compiled and edited by Srila Rupa Goswami. So dear devotees, this particular verse has been gifted to us by none other than Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada. We will have a look at the verse again. Srila Rupa Goswami is saying at the very end, Shachi Nandanaha. You can see there, at the very end of the verse, he is revealing the name of the person whom he is glorifying. This is a tradition in Sanskrit poetry. Till the very end, you keep confidential whom you are glorifying, so that the person who is reading the verse, they are curious as to who is being glorified in such a manner. Although Sri Rupa Goswami could have kept the name of the personality in the very beginning of the verse, but the suspense is built up till the final line and till the final word of the verse. So finally you come to know the personality who is being glorified is Shachi Nandana. When Sri Rupa Goswami composed this verse, he was in Jagannath Puri. And this verse he recited in front of Shachi Nandana. He has recited this verse in front of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri itself. So this verse has gone through the ears of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this verse, he did not say, no, this is over-exaggeration. He did not say like that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the glorification of Srila Rupa Goswami. So this is not a glorification which has been written posthumously. You know what is posthumously? After somebody leaves this world, and then you write some glorification, that is called posthumous glorification. So this is not posthumous glorification of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is glorification which was composed in the presence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and it was recited in the presence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Jai Shri Shri Gaurnitai ki Jai, Shri Shri RadhaRasbihariTemple ki Jai, Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki Jai. So this glorification of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was recited in front of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and it was not that Sri Rupa Goswami said, I want to recite a verse for you. All the other devotees said to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Swarup Damodar, Sri Rai Ramanand, they said to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Rupa Goswami has been composing a drama, natak. Which natak? Oh, Vidagdh Madhav. Acha? So, please recite some verses. So, Sri Rupa Goswami was very hesitant in the beginning. Because Sri Rupa, it is you're displaying your composition in front of very learned people. There is Swarup Damodar Goswami, there is Rai Ramanand. So, naturally, one will be a little shy in front of such personalities, but when they again requested Sri Rupa Goswami, then he ended up reciting this verse in front of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the devotees. And then they asked, please recite more. Then he recited another verse, Tunde Tandavini Ratim Vitanute Tundavali Labda. He recited a glorification of Krishna Nam. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I have never heard such glorification before in my entire life. This was Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's reply. Shachi Nandana. May the son of Shachi, Shachi is the name of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mother. By this, Sri Rupa Goswami is indicating that the same love that Mother Shachi has for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, may that same love be invoked towards all the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So may that Vatsalya that Shachi Devi has towards Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, may that be invoked in the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu towards his devotees. May Chaitanya Mahaprabhu take care of all of his devotees exactly like Mother Shachi took care of him. So in order to invoke that, Sri Rupa Goswami invokes the term Shachi Nandana. And what is the glorification of Shachi Nandana Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He says, Anarpita Charim Chirat. What is the meaning of Chirat? Chirat means Chirakalam Vyapya. For a very long time. Anarpita Charim. What is the meaning of Anarpita Charim? That which was not offered. So technically, this term Anarpita Charim, because Sri Rupa Goswami is also a very expert in grammar. So this term Anarpita Charim is, he has specially made using one sutra of Panini. The sutra of Panini is Bhutpurve Charat, which occurs in the 5th chapter of Panini's grammar. So, Bhutpurva Anarpita Sa Anarpita Chari, which was previously not offered, that is called Anarpita Chari. That is the meaning of this particular term. What was not offered before? This term is an adjective. Anarpita Charim is an adjective. Adjective of which term? Swabhakti Shriyam. You can see in the second line the term Swabhakti Shriyam. For a long time, he had not offered Shriyam, the good fortune of Swabhakti, his own devotional service. But he has offered already. When has he offered? When he appeared in Dwapar Yuga as Bhagwan Shri Krishna, and in Bhagavad-gita, has he offered his bhakti or not offered his bhakti? Please tell me, yes or no? Yes. How many verses of bhakti are there in the Bhagavad-gita? So many. In fact, every chapter of Bhagavad-gita has at least 1 or 2 verses pertaining directly to Bhakti Yoga. So has Bhakti Yoga not been offered previously? Of course it has been offered previously. So then why would you say Anarpita Charim? That it has not been offered previously. Oh well, there is another adjective. Which adjective? Unnata Ujjwala Rasam. So his bhakti, which has Ujjwal Rasa. What is the meaning of Ujjwal Rasa? Anybody knows what is the meaning of Ujjwal Rasa? Sringar Ras. Wonderful. Oh, thank you, Prabhuji. Sringar Ras. Amar Kosh says, Shringaraha Shuchir Ujjwalaha. The term Shringar, Shuchi and Ujjwala are used for the mellow of conjugal rasa. That is what Ujjwal Ras means, Madhurya Ras basically. What people in the world outside may call Sringar Ras, in devotional circles it becomes known as which Ras? Madhurya Ras. So, a very specific type of bhakti Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared to give. Which specific type of bhakti? Unnata Ujjwala Rasam. Unnata, Samunnata means fully developed. Ujjwala Rasam, which has completely developed Madhurya Ras. Because somebody may say Madhurya Ras was also offered previously. Right? Before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this world, there were many individuals who had conception of the love of the gopis with Sri Krishna. Because Sri Vyasadeva in the 10th canto of the Bhagavatam, has he not described Sri Krishna's pastimes with the gopis of Raja? Yes or no? Yes. So those who were reading those pastimes, they already have some idea about what is Ujjwal Ras. No. Unnat Ujjwal Ras. Ujjwal Ras taken to its furthest limit. And what is the furthest limit of Ujjwal Ras? So that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to offer. Swabhakti Shriyam, that is his own bhakti. Because Krishna did not offer Ujjwal Ras. Krishna simply said, Man manabhav mad bhakto madyaji mam namaskuru मामे वैश्यसी सत्यम ते प्रतिजाने प्रियोसी में. अरे भाई, engage your mind in me, become my devotee, offer sacrifices and pranams to me, and certainly you will come to me. This is a very general conception of bhakti. And to say this to somebody is very good, because better than not giving an instruction is to give some instruction. But this in itself is not the highest point of development of bhakti. The highest point of development of bhakti is called prema. What is it called? Prema. It is only in the stage of prema that a particular devotee experiences what is known as bhakti ras. Dear devotees, all of us are here today. We are practicing devotional service bhakti. Question arises, why are we practicing bhakti? Every morning it is so difficult to wake up at 3:30, na? See, everybody is smiling. Huh? I empathize with you. I also go through the same difficulty. I empathize with you. After a few years, the mind will ask question, why? Why am I forcing myself to wake up at 3:30 in the morning? है कि नहीं? I could have woken up at 8 o'clock. Why am I forcing myself to wake up at 3:30 in the morning? Why am I going through the rigor of sadhan bhakti? What we are practicing is called sadhan bhakti. Everybody knows it is called as which bhakti? Sadhan bhakti. Why are we practicing sadhan bhakti and giving so much trouble to ourselves? There should be a meaning to all of this. Without meaning, why are we doing? Even a foolish person doesn't do something without meaning. You might have seen in the world. Somebody is pagal, that person also before doing something, he has some meaning in his mind. Otherwise, even pagal will not do something without meaning. But we are not pagal, we are yajanti hi sumedasa. The Bhagavatam says, the Bhagavatam calls we are sumedasa. Those of us who are engaging in Sankirtan Yagya. So why are sumedhas, intelligent people, giving trouble to themselves every morning and performing sadhan bhakti? So all of this has to come down to something. At the end, why are we performing sadhan bhakti? So it has been defined by Rupa Goswami in the very definition of sadhan bhakti. Does anybody know what is the definition of sadhan bhakti that has been given by Rupa Goswami? In Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, the definition has been given by Rupa Goswami of sadhan bhakti. Anybody knows the definition? I will sing, you can hear and repeat, all right? Okay? Please repeat after me. Kriti sadhya bhavet sadhya bhava sa sadhana bhidha. Is definition of sadhan bhakti. Kriti sadhya, Rupa Goswami says. Kriti means through the senses. You execute sadhya. You execute this through the senses. Which bhakti? Sadhan bhakti. First characteristic. Whatever is executed through the senses. For what purpose? Sadhya bhava. So that you can attain one stage. Which stage? Bhava. Sa sadhana bhida. That bhakti is known as which bhakti? Sadhan bhakti. So there are two characteristics. Kriti sadhya, sadhya bhava. Kriti sadhya means you should engage your senses and mind while performing this activity of sadhan bhakti. Do all of you engage your senses and mind every morning when you come to the temple and throughout the day? Please say yes or no. Yes. Everybody says yes. So you fulfilled the first characteristic. Second characteristic is sadhya bhava. Are your activities helping you to attain the stage of bhav and prema? Any activity which does not help you attain the stage of bhav and prem technically will fall short of the definition of sadhan bhakti. You cannot call it sadhan bhakti according to the definition of Rupa Goswami if it doesn't help you attain prema. It's very clearly mentioned there. Kriti sadhya bhavet sadhya bhava sa sadhana bhida. So unless bhav and prema are being attained, what we are performing is bhakti abhas, sadhan abhas. It is a semblance of sadhan bhakti. It cannot truly be called sadhan bhakti. Because many people perform sadhan bhakti for various reasons. Let me give you some of the reasons why we perform sadhan bhakti. Like I am new devotee, Hari Parshad Das. Today I joined the temple. This is day 1. Then I come to know in order to become important in the temple, I should be a nice devotee. I hope you are able to understand. Huh? If I perform sadhan bhakti nicely for 10-15 years, tomorrow this Prabhuji will come and say Hare Krishna to me. Huh? So my motivation there is not to attain bhav and prema. My motivation is upashakha. Upashakha means it is some side branch. And what is the side branch? I want some puja. Puja means after 15 years also people don't come and say Hare Krishna to me. What is the use? If this is the feeling in my mind, then I am not performing sadhana. I am performing sadhan abhas. Some other people, they come to the path of bhakti because Hare Krishna Mandir means good money is there. There is good money. So if I stick around and I become a good devotee, there is a good chance I can meet some very influential people here. All the movie stars come here. If I get some good contacts, all the businessmen come here. So isn't there a good chance I can go ahead in life? Of course there is a good chance. But then this sadhan bhakti is not for the sake of attaining bhav or prema. Therefore it is sadhan abhas. What is it? Sadhan abhas. When sadhan bhakti is performed for one and only one sake, for attaining which stage, dear devotees? Bhav. And bhav ultimately turns to what? Prema. That is when it completely satisfies the definition of sadhan bhakti. Kriti sadhya bhavet sadhya bhava sa sadhana bhida. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to offer that particular bhakti which will give you the stage of bhava and prema. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will not be satisfied simply with that. Why is he not satisfied with that? Because prema is not the ultimate stage of development of bhakti. there is something beyond prema too. And Sri Rupa Goswami has explained in his literature that there are further developments of prema. In this body, in the body of a sadhaka, all of our body, in current life, we can reach maximum up to the level of prema. But in the perfected stage, in the spiritual world, prema has further developments, which are called as sneha, mana, pranaya, raga, anuraga, mahabhava, all the way up to the stage of mahabhava. And in the stage of mahabhava also, Sri Rupa Goswami has defined that there are two main varieties of mahabhava, modanakhya mahabhava and madanakhya mahabhava. And the highest, which is only experienced by Srimati Radharani, is called as madanakhya mahabhava. And that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to experience himself. And all other varieties of the development of prema, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to offer to all others. I hope you are able to understand. So, Unnata Ujjwala Rasa. Ujjwala Rasa means you get Madhurya Rasa at prema. Unnata means you further refine it and get ahead. And then from prema you get to sneha, mana, pranaya, raga, anurag. Then you get to the stage of mahabhav, etc. That is when Unnata Ujjwala Rasa. Samarpayatum, you can look in the verse. Samarpayatum, what is the term after Samarpayatum? Unnata Ujjwala. Rupa Goswami could have written Samunnata, but he writes Unnata. Samunnata means completely developed, and Unnata means developed. Has Rupa Goswami written here Samunnata or Unnata? Which means developed or completely developed? Developed. Why did Rupa Goswami not write completely developed? Because the completely developed variety is called Madanakhya Mahabhava, which is experienced only by Srimati Radharani. It cannot be experienced by anybody else. Others can only experience lower stages, and therefore not Samunnata. Therefore, even half a syllable will not be incorrect in the writings of Rupa Goswami. Let me make this bold proclamation from the seat here. Even half a syllable is not meaningless in the writings of Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada. Even half a syllable will not be misplaced here and there. He could have written Samunnata, but he wrote Unnata. Because Samarpayatum, he has to give. What can he give? The highest is not possible to be experienced by the jivas. Therefore, lesser than the highest. Unnata. In order to give that, he has come. That is the meaning of this particular verse. Previously, nobody reached these stages. Nobody even defined these stages previously. Previous to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, previous to Sri Rupa Goswami, nobody put a finger on these feelings and said, this is the name of this feeling. This is the name of that feeling. Nobody even gave specific names. Sri Rupa Goswami, by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, put names on the feelings. This feeling is called Purvarag. This feeling is called Man. This feeling is called Sneha. Each and every feeling is described in the literature of Sri Rupa Goswami. Previously, devotees would experience some variety of Madhurya Ras, but nobody put a finger on each of the experience and gave a technical name to them. By the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it was Rupa Goswami who was the first person in the history of humankind to give names to these devotional feelings. In which literature? Sri Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. Sri Chaitanya Manah Abhishtam. Ishtam means what is dear. Abhi Ishtam, what is completely dear. Manah Abhishtam, what is completely dear to the mind. Sri Chaitanya Manah Abhishtam, what is completely dear to the mind of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Somebody understood it. Who understood it? Sri Rupa Goswami. And not only did he understand it and selfishly keep it to himself, Sthapitam Yena Bhutale, he established it for everybody on planet Earth. So, Saha Ayam Rupa Kada Mahyam. When will that Rupa Goswami, Kada, Mahyam Dadati, when will he give? Swapadantikam. What is the meaning of Swapada? His own feet. His shelter of his own feet. Antika means the shade. Pada also has another meaning. Pada also means poetry. Swapada Antikam. When will he give us the inner meanings of Swapada or of his poetry that he wrote? Taking shelter of Rupa Goswami's Pada is nothing different than taking shelter of Rupa Goswami's Pada. I hope you are able to understand. There are two meanings to the term Pada. One meaning of Pada is feet. Another meaning of Pada is poetry. Padavali, we say Padavali, series of poetry. So, Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapada Antikam. When will Sri Rupa Goswami give me the final innermost meanings of his own padas, his own devotional writings? That is the esoteric meaning of that particular verse that Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has written for the glorification of Sri Rupa Goswami. Now I gave you the technical names. Today we don't have time to explain the technique. What is Sneha, what is Pranay, what is Man, etc. I don't have time today to explain all these things. And it also requires a person of qualification to understand what are these technical terms. But at least we should have a theoretical idea what Sri Rupa Goswami gave. Tomorrow we are distributing Chaitanya Charitamrita on the street. Somebody opens and sees what no incarnation has given before. And people will challenge, why Krishna did not give? We should be able to answer. What did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu give that previously even Sri Krishna did not give to us? And what was that? Unnata, Ujjwala, Rasam, Swa Bhakti Shriyam. You have to refer to the verse itself. You don't have to make up any answer by your own mind. The answer is in the verse itself. Unnata, Ujjwala, Rasam, Swa Bhakti Shriyam. Acha, he gave much higher than Sri Krishna himself. Who is he? Hare. Hare, he is Krishna himself. Acha, is Krishna himself? Why doesn't he appear like Krishna? Hare Baba, because of that Unnata Ujjwal Rasa, Purata Sundara Dyuti Kadamba Sandipita, that Ujjwal Rasa has the color of gold. And because he was experiencing himself the highest limit, therefore he himself became transformed into that particular color. That Ujjwal Rasa ended up affecting Sri Krishna himself to such a limit that his own bodily complexion got transformed and Krishna Chandra appeared as Gaura Chandra. That is the meaning of the verse. He is Hari, but Purata means gold, molten gold, and Sundara. Because of that molten gold, he has Sundara Dyuti, his beautiful effulgence. And Kadamba, host of such, many such effulgences combined together is called Kadamba. And Sandipita, he is dazzling, he is shining, radiating by that golden effulgence. Sada Hridaya Kandare, always in the cave, Kandara means cave, always in the cave of my heart. Spuratu. Spuratu means may he resplend, may he glow within the cave of my heart or your heart, Vaha, of all of you. Who is that person? Till the end, he maintained the suspense. Who is that person? Shachinandana. By the term Kandara, Kandara means cave, there is Vyanjana Vritti being employed. Vyanjana Vritti means a poet sometimes indicates something indirectly. When a poet indicates directly, it is called Abhidha Vritti. When a poet indicates indirectly, it is called Vyanjana Vritti. I will give you an example of this. For example, if I say one sentence which has a direct meaning, directly clear meaning. For example, I switched off the fan. You don't need to interpret this sentence. The meaning is clear enough. I switched off the fan. But if I go to a school and if I say the school bell rang, the direct meaning is school bell rang. But there is an implied meaning. What is the meaning of the school bell rang? It's time to go home. I hope you're able to understand. But I didn't say that. I said the school bell rang. So this is called Vyanjana Vritti. When the poet says something, but there is an indicated meaning behind it. That is called Vyanjana Vritti. So by saying Hridaya Kandare, by comparing the heart to a cave, and in the previous line he is calling him Hari. One meaning of Hari is Krishna. Another meaning of Hari is lion. Keshava Dhrita Nara Hari Rupa. Adha Nar, Adha Hari. Half Nar and half Hari. What is another meaning of Hari? Lion. By comparing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Hari, and by comparing the heart to a cave, he is indicating that this personality is a lion. Once he enters into the cave of your heart, all the other elephants of sense enjoyment and other Nastic opinions, atheistic opinions will be driven out from the heart. Because when a lion enters a particular cave, nobody else stays there. Alright? That is the meaning. There is only one owner of the cave. They don't do, sharing, room sharing. In a cave, when a lion stays, there is no room sharing. There is only one owner of the cave. And that is Hari. By calling him Hari in the third line, and by comparing the heart to a Kandara, to a cave in the fourth line, Rupa Goswami wishes to indicate that this personality is like a lion. When he will enter the cave of the heart, other people, other sense gratification, anyabhilasita shunyam, jnana, karma, ityadi, will not be able to stay within the heart. That is the indication. Spuratu, let him shine, let him alone shine in the cave of the heart. Who should shine? Shachinandana. Hare Baba, who is the main person to be indicated? Shachinandana. That person should shine in the cave of the heart. So all the terms have been explained. Anarpita charim, chirat, for a long time, which was not offered. Karunaya, by his mercy, avatirnaha kalau, he appeared in Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga means Kali Yugasya prathama charane. So in the first part, in the first quarter of Kali Yuga, he has appeared. For what purpose? Samarpayitum, to give. Unnat Ujjwala Rasa. Very highly developed, finely refined. Which Rasa? Ujjwal Ras. What is another name for Ujjwal Ras? That is in the material world. In devotee circles it is called which Ras? Madhuri Ras. Swabhakti Shriyam. It is his own, it is the good fortune of his own bhakti. Who is this person? The third line says, who is he? Hari. But why is he not dark? Purata Sundara Dyuti Kadam. By that influence of Madhurya Ras, he has become even more resplendent than molten gold. Very well. What do you want from him? Sada Hridaya Kandare Spuratuvaha. May he always reside in the caves of your heart. Are bhai, tell his name. What is his name? Shachinandana. That's his name, dear devotees. So all the stages Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself experienced, and then he made his devotees experience. I'll give you an example of this. Thoda we should experience what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu experienced. We are Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotees, right? Should we follow in his footsteps or not follow in his footsteps? Yes. How many of you wish to experience something that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directly experienced? Please raise your hands. Alright, today is the day. Chale. The devotees, when Bhagavan Sri Krishna and Srimati Radharani, they come together. This relationship is completely transcendental, and the love of Srimati Radharani and Krishna has nothing to do with the material love in this world. Bhagavan Krishna's body is not made out of the 7 material elements: skin, flesh, blood, fat, bone, marrow and semen. Bhagavan Sri Krishna's body is Sat Chit and Anand. Therefore, his interactions with Srimati Radharani have nothing to do with the material world. Although his interactions appear very similar to the love interactions in the material world. They appear similar, but there is a big Siddhantic difference. This Siddhantic difference should first be clear to us. When Sri Krishna and Srimati Radharani, their prema manifests, prema has vakragati, it has crooked motions. Prema doesn't move in a straight line. Love is always crooked. And what are the two sides of prema? Dear devotees, in order that prema should be nicely experienced in a relationship, even in the material world, in order that love should be nicely experienced in a relationship, two factors are needed. Can anybody tell me what are the two most important factors of a loving relationship even in this world? Union and separation. These are the two most important factors that nourish a relationship, even in this world. Too much meeting union destroys the relationship. Too much separation destroys the relationship. I'll give an example of this. For example, let's say, in a relationship of a friend, let's say I am your friend. I am your friend. Your good name, Prabhu? Sanchit Prabhu. Sanchit Prabhu? I am your friend, Prabhu. Is it true or not? Yes. I want to come and stay at your home. Okay? Huh? And I am your friend, I'll stay with you. And we will spend the entire day together. We'll go out and we will roam around everywhere. Only one condition. You have to spend all the time with me, nobody else. Chalega? Nahin? Aa rahe? Haan. First he said no. He's horrified at the thought. No, your heart spoke what is correct. Ek din chalega. One day is okay. 1 week. Now he said no. Why, Prabhu? I am your friend, na? Don't you want to spend all your time with your friend? So too much union destroys a relationship. Therefore, you need to introduce another component in the relationship. Which component should be introduced? Separation. It's very important to be introduced in the relationship. Sri Rupa Goswami says, Na vina vipralambena sambhoga pushti mashnute. Without separation, union cannot attain any taste. Therefore, it's important to first introduce separation. When Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna appeared in this world, did they appear at the same time or different times? Different times. Did they appear in the same place or were they separated by a distance? Separated by a distance. As they are growing up together, the first stage of love between Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna is called Purvarag. What is Purvarag? When a boy and girl are growing up, the first attraction that they have for each other is called Purvarag. But they can't freely speak to each other. Why? Because society is a big hindrance. At least previously, society used to be a big hindrance. You can't go and freely speak to somebody just because you are attracted to them. So Sri Krishna is clearly, our Rasbihari is clearly attracted to Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani is clearly attracted to Sri Rasbihari, Sri Krishna. But they look at each other from a distance and quickly look away. Because if you keep staring at somebody, the other person will come to know. And then Sri Krishna also looks from the corners of his eyes. Under the Kadamba tree, his entire day passes thinking of her. But he cannot muster up the courage to go and speak to her. This stage of prema, where the lover and beloved are separated, yet they desire to meet, has a technical name. This technical name was put by Sri Rupa Goswami. What is the technical name? Purvarag. That is the technical name of the stage of prema. It is a stage of separation, not a stage of union. Purvarag is a stage of separation. In Purvarag, Sri Rupa Goswami gives a wonderful verse in Padyavali which defines what is the state of heart of Sri Krishna. This verse went through the ears of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Dear devotees, please hear this verse. It is from Padyavali of Sri Rupa Goswami. Sveda plavita pani padma mukula prakranta kampodayad visrastam avijanato muralikam padar vindopari lila balgita ballavi kabalita svantasya vrindavane jiyat kamsaripostri bhanga vapusha shunyodaya phutkriti. Sri Rupa Goswami describes Sri Krishna's condition when he is experiencing Purvarag from Srimati Radharani. His heart desires to meet, but he cannot meet. Even if he asks a few friends, he is a little afraid because friends may go and leak the information. So what to do? Sometimes friends are like that. So you can't even speak very confidentially to too many people. Sometimes he may ask a friend, who is she? But he can't ask in great detail because friends will say, why are you interested? Is everything okay with you, Krishna? One fine day, Sri Krishna near the bank of the Yamuna, under a tree, he is holding his flute and playing his flute. He usually plays his flute in the Pancham Swar, in the fifth note. Sa, Re, Ga, Ma, Pa. According to music theory, this fifth note is the sound of a cuckoo. And the sound of a cuckoo is very piteous. It invokes karuna. It invokes pity. So he is drowning in his own pity by playing on the flute, dear devotees. Suddenly he notices from the corner of the eye on the path of the Yamuna somebody is coming. Who is coming, dear devotees? Obviously. Her name is not specified. But those who are Sahriday, those who are like-minded to Sri Rupa Goswami, they'll understand who is coming. Suddenly our Sri Krishna, some changes start happening in him. Sweda plavita. Suddenly there is sweat in his palms. His palms become wet out of sweat. Pani padma mukula. His hands start sweating. Prakranta kampodayad. And his heart starts shivering. Visrastama vijanato. Suddenly something falls from his hand. What falls from his hand? Muralikam. Where does it fall? Padarvindopari. At his feet it falls. Our Bhagavan is blissfully unaware of this fact. That flute has fallen down. He is still holding this position. Why did this happen? Leela Valgita Ballavi. Because in a very nice fashion, Ballavi, Sri Radha, she was walking to and fro. By looking at her gait of walking, Kavalita Swan, our Bhagavan became weak at heart. That is what Rupa, our Bhagavan, Kavalita Swantasya. Our Bhagavan developed weakness of heart. Where did it happen? Vrindavane. Bhagavan becomes weak only in one place, dear devotees. Which place is that? Outside Vrindavan, Bhagavan is Ugram Viram Mahavishnum Jwalantam Sarvatam. That is Bhagavan outside Vrindavan. But our Gaudiya Vaishnava, Bhagavan makes all the mistakes. He is weak at heart. Dear devotees, how many of you want to fall in love with a perfect Bhagavan who doesn't make any mistake at any point of time? Please raise your hands. That is outside Vrindavan. Acha, who wants to fall in love with a Bhagavan who makes mistakes from time to time, who speaks lie, who doesn't stand up to his word? Raise your hand. Hare, all of you came in search of perfection or imperfection? See the effect of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on all of you. You came in search of perfection, but you are now trying to find that imperfect Bhagavan. What happened to all of you? Sri Rupa Goswami says, Jiyat Kamsa repose, all glories to that enemy of Kamsa. See, Rupa Goswami is also casting a sarcastic pebble on Sri Krishna. He who does not become nervous in front of Kamsa, today he is shivering in front of whom? Sri Radha. All glories to the enemy of Kamsa. Wah wah. Tribhanga Vapusha. He was bent in threefold places. He doesn't realize that the flute has fallen. Still he tries to impress the girl who is coming, tries to play upon the flute. But Shunyo Daya Futkriti, what comes out is what all of you are experiencing right now is a bhav called as Hasyarati. Hasyarati. Hasyarati means it is a secondary emotion which is favorable to Madhurya Ras. It is, this is what you are not experiencing, it cannot be technically called Rasa. It is Rati, or it is a semblance of a bhav. It is one of the secondary bhavas which is called as Hasyarati. And all of you laughed. By looking at the weak condition of Sri Krishna, everybody is laughing. You are supposed to laugh. That is what is supposed to happen. Because this rasa is a friend to Madhurya rasa. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami has given which rasas are friendly, which rasas are not friendly. So this rasa is friendly to Madhurya rasa. So very nice that all of you laughed. This is one sample of what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu experienced, dear devotees. The Padyavali has 400 verses. Rupa Goswami wrote 2 lakh verses. Jiva Goswami wrote 4 lakh verses. Dear devotees. Now you have the rest of your life in front of you. Alright? You can decide what you wish to do with the rest of your life. But the entire point of sadhan bhakti is to come to the point of bhav and prema. If that is not attained, na utpadayed yadi ratim, please complete the sentence. Shrama eva hi kevalam. If rati is a technical term, rati means bhav. Rati is another term for bhav. If sthai bhav is not developed and it is not nourished to give us prema or bhakti ras, then shrama eva hi kevalam. It is all useless. Oh, I made 1 lakh devotees. Did you develop rati? No. Better luck next time. Oh, I collected lots of money for Krishna. Wonderful. Did you develop rati? No. Better luck next time. Pritir nayavan mai vasudeve na muchyate deha yoge. Rishabdev says 5.5.6 of Bhagavad. Unless you have prema, there is no way that you will get free from the repeated cycle of birth and death. Therefore, with utmost seriousness, I am saying that, dear devotees, the entire point of sadhan bhakti is to develop prema bhakti. If there's one takeaway from this talk, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give prema bhakti, the highest variety. If we cannot reach the highest point, at least let us develop prema bhakti in this very life, dear devotees. All right? Thank you very much. Yadatra skalitam kinchit vidvam saha purayantu tat. Yadatra saushthavam kinchit tad guroreva menahi. Yadatra skalitam kinchit. It is possible I might have made some mistakes while giving this talk. Vidvam saha, you are learned devotees. Purayantu tat. Please correct any mistakes that I made. Yadatra saushthavam kinchit. But if there's anything nice in the talk, please remember, tad guroreva. It belongs to my Gurujanas. Me nahi. It doesn't belong to me. Thank you very much, dear devotees, once again. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Yes, please. Hemagiri Prabhu, you should indicate to me when to stop taking questions, all right? Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Very nice class. I think there is a book written by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Krishna Samhita, I think. So in that he analyzed, I don't want to go into detail, but he said the people in Satyuga, they are the purest, Hamsa, but they got the only least rasa, Shant rasa. But the people in Kali Yuga, they are the most fallen people, but they got the highest rasa. That is because of the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So my question is, can somebody go back to Vaikuntha without developing love of God?
Can somebody go back to Vaikuntha without developing prema? Somebody may get the mercy of a Mahabhagavat, and by the mercy of the Mahabhagavat, they will develop prema, and as a result of prema, they will go to Vaikuntha. Let's say somebody goes to Vaikuntha without prema. What will they do there? Shantaras is for those who are Parabrahma Paramatma. Shantaras usually merges into the impersonal Brahman or stays as one of the trees or stones in Vaikuntha. Shantaras does not pursue an active relationship with Bhagavan. Shantaras क्या है? दूर से ठीक है भाई, सब अच्छा लग रहा है ना? Bhagavan is walking, wow. Let me compose a verse. Bhagavan is talking to the devotee, wow. Let me write an ashtakam for this. समझ में आ रहा है? This is we, from a distance they are appreciating. This is which ras, dear devotees? Shant. अच्छा, Bhagavan is walking. Let me go and talk to him. Let me pay my obeisances to him. Dasya ras. So active interaction. Mamatva, the feeling of mine. Bhagavan is mine. begins with Dasyaras. So they may go to Vaikuntha, but they cannot pursue an active relationship.
Just like Kumaras, they went to Vaikuntha.
Right.
And then Durvasmani also went to Vaikuntha.
Right.
But they don't have love.
They don't have love. Therefore, they can't stay there. You can get a permanent residence in Vaikuntha. By your yogic abilities, somebody may be able to go to Prapanchik Vaikuntha. There is a Vaikuntha in this material world, which is called as Prapanchik Vaikuntha, where Bhagavan Vishnu stays. They may go there, but permanent residence there and getting one of the 5 types of liberation, 4 types, sorry, is only for somebody who has prema.
So even for going to Vaikuntha, that prema is basic requirement.
I would like to highlight a verse as Praman here because to
Just
not...
like unless we develop love for Krishna, we cannot go to Golok Vrindavan.
No.
Right?
Yeah. Can we pull out a verse on the Bhagavatam 5.5.6? Please, I will specify that verse from memory. It is teachings of Sri Rishabdev 5.5.6, and Sri Rishabdev says, Evam manah karma vasham prayukte avidyayatman yupadhiya mane pritirna yavan mai vasudeve na muchyate deha yogena tavat. You have the translation, Prabhu, in front of you? Can you read the last sentence of the translation loudly? Yes. Therefore, until one has love for Lord Vasudeva, who Rishabdev says is non-different from myself, he is certainly, Prabhupada adds certainly, although certainly is not in the original verse, Prabhupada adds emphasis by saying he is certainly not delivered from having to accept a material body again and again. This verse I got from Sri Jiva Goswami's Sandarbha. Sri Jiva Goswami quoted this verse in the Sandarbhas to prove that without prema, there is no question of having permanent residence or getting liberated from the material world. This is the Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta.
In Bhagavad-gita, Krishna keeps saying that aham sarvasya prabhavaha matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante ma buddha bhava samanvita.
Bhava samanvita.
And then evam yomam evam asamudo janati purushottamam sasarva vidbhajati mam sarva bhavena bharata. Like that. So is Krishna giving only bhava bhakti or like it is said in Tesham Satatayuktanam Bhajatam Pritipurvakam. So that Krishna is giving Krishna prema also in Bhagavad Gita?
Krishna is teaching theoretically. Krishna is not in a role to give right now. Krishna is in a role to teach. This is what it is. Therefore, Krishna says, Tad Vidhi Prani, you go learn from somebody. Go learn from somebody and get it. Krishna teaches. As a theoretical teacher, Krishna teaches this is what Arjuna it is. Man manabhav mad bhakto, bhajatam priti purvakam. All the theory is laid out very well. Acha, Arjuna may say, Krishna, so should I enroll in your coaching class to get this type of bhakti? Are no, Arjuna. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprasnena. Go to some guru and learn it from some expert. Because I am Bhagavan, and if I teach my own bhakti, then you should learn bhakti from somebody who's bhakta. And therefore go to some devotee. All right. Then whom should I go to? So then, therefore when Krishna appeared in Kali Yuga, he did not appear as Bhagavan per se. His main identity is a devotee. So that is what it is. Bhagavan teaches, he gives the theory very well. But the practicality is to be understood by coming in contact with a sadhak bhakta, somebody who is a sadhaka, somebody who is a practitioner of the path. So that is the answer. Thank you.
It's slightly outside this. I heard that this Anyabhilashita Sunyam is not composed by Rupa Goswami. Is it composed by Madhusudan Saraswati?
No. Anyabhilashita Shunyam is composed by Srila Rupa Goswami. Because in the commentary of Sri Jiva Goswami on that verse, he says that this verse is composed by the author to give the lakshan, to give the characteristics of Uttama Bhakti. Madhusudan Saraswati came much after Rupa Goswami. How can Madhusudan Saraswati compose a verse because he appeared much after. Madhusudan Saraswati may be somewhat near to Sri Jiva Goswami's time. No, sorry. No.
No,
He is slightly later, but he was not the person who composed this. Anyabilashita Shunyam is not attributed to Madhusudan Saraswati.
Jiva Goswami took education from Madhusudan Saraswati, right?
Jiva Goswami took education from Madhusudan Vidya Vachaspati, who is a different person.
Oh, both are different.
Madhusudan Saraswati is the Advaitvadi who used to stay in Kashi, who got darshan of Sri Krishna once. And he wrote a commentary on Bhagavad-gita called as Gudharth Deepika.
Gudharth Deepika.
Yeah. So it's an impersonalistic commentary, but in between he shows some flares of bhakti in it. Although his final stress is upon impersonalism. But Madhusudan Vidya Vachaspati is a different personality under the tutelage of whom Sri Jiva Goswami studied Panini's Vyakaran. And under Raghunath Shiromani, I have been told Sri Jiva Goswami studied Navya Nyaya. Raghunath Shiromani was a disciple of Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya. And under him, Sri Jiva Goswami studied Navya Nyaya. These are the people. Thank you.
Because I'm just, he wrote something, Bhakti Rasanam, something like that?
Bhakti Rasayanam is, there is Bhagavad Bhakti Rasayanam of Madhusudan Saraswati.
Same Madhusudan Saraswati?
Huh?
Same Madhusudan Saraswati?
Same Madhusudan, no, Madhusudan Vidya Vachaspati is different. The teacher of Jiva Goswami is different. Madhusudan Saraswati is different. Madhusudan Saraswati wrote Bhagavad Bhakti Rasayanam, in which he gave some concepts, because the teachings of Rupa Goswami had traveled to Kashi by that time. So Madhusudan Saraswati, he gave some similar concepts. And Madhusudan Saraswati compares bhakti to a bhav, basically. He does not take it to the rasa. Madhusudan Saraswati compares it to bhav. And he says that bhakti is like a it's like a warm object, and the heart is like a candle, and it melts the heart in specific places. That's what he says, and he compares it to bhav. Rupa Goswami is the one who says bhakti is not bhav, bhakti is ras. Actually, bhakti is ras. So that is the difference between the understanding of Madhusudan Saraswati and Sri Rupa Goswami. All previous authors have compared bhakti to a bhav. Bhav means it arises, it goes away, arises, goes away, arises, goes away. Rupa Goswami said no. It is ras, it is sthai, it is permanent emotion within the heart of an individual. That is the contribution of Sri Rupa Goswami.
We don't get chance to clarify, but according to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, there is a chapter, Krishna rescues the son of his teacher. So in that, he made a very long purport, you must have read, saying that when Nanda Maharaj, he came back, because you are talking about separation and all, but he says that Krishna also came. Krishna Balaram, they came back because Krishna promised that I will come back. If they had not come back, if they really gopis have loved Krishna, it was impossible for them to keep their life together.
Wonderful. Yeah.
So when Uddhava came, so he saw gopis suffering, but on one plane the gopis are enjoying with Krishna, and then their expansions, they are suffering because if Krishna had not come back, they would not have been alive. What do you say? Other
Yes.
acharyas, they don't.
No, it is not Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur will not write by his own, he did not give some new Siddhanta. This was given by Sri Rupa Goswami in Lagu Bhagavatamritam.
Oh.
So there is a secret mentioned in Lagu Bhagavatamritam about Krishna returning back after 3 months. So I am specifying the secret. I have memorized that verse, so I'll specify that verse also. Basically, in Mathura, Krishna was suffering and the gopis were suffering in Vrindavan. And basically, suffering means this is not material suffering. Dear devotees, this is nothing to do with material suffering, all right? So, the gopis are suffering in separation. Sri Krishna is suffering from separation. Sri Krishna sends a doot, Uddhav, messenger Uddhav, and he comes and he consoles the gopis. And the gopis say, now he is happy with those ladies of the city, and we are villagers. How will he become happy with us? And like this, then Uddhav goes and conveys the message. Rupa Goswami says in Lagu Bhagavatamrita, and those who are interested can look up this verse. It's in the latter part of Lagu Bhagavatamritam. Rathena mathuram gatva danta vakram nihatya cha spashtam padme purane asya krishnasya yukta vrajagatihi. This is a verse composed by Sri Rupa Goswami in Lagu Bhagavatamritam. Rathena mathuram gatva, on chariot after going to Mathura, Dantavakram nihatyacha, and after killing that demon Dantavakra, Spashtam Padme Purane, it is clearly mentioned in Padma Purane, Asya Krishnasya Ukta Vrajagati, that Shri Krishna secretly came back to Vraja. The time period is mentioned as 3 months there. So after 3 months, Shri Krishna secretly returned to Vraja and met with everybody. It was secret because till now Jarasandh had not been killed. And he did not want Jarasandh to know that Vrindavan is very dear to him. Because if Jarasandh knows, then Jarasandh will first and foremost target Vrindavan. And he does not want even a tiny bit of calamity to fall upon the Vrajavasis. Therefore, Krishna came in secret and met the Vrajavasis after 3 months of separation. But the development of prema is such that it is specified by the acharyas that even a moment of separation becomes augmented, heightened, and therefore when he goes away also the gopis start feeling separation again. And finally, after many years, they meet in Kurukshetra. And when they meet in Kurukshetra, the gopis feel as if we are meeting after so many decades. So that is so that the developments of prema can be fully refined in that particular stage of meeting. And that is when Srimati Radharani, she wants to express her heart, but she's not able to express. Because Krishna is surrounded by all these kings and, he's dressed royally. All the warriors are there. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also wants to express that during Rath Yatra. He could not find words for it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ended up speaking a verse from a mundane poetic literature, Kavya Prakash. Yah kaumar harasa eva hi varas. Everybody is surprised the sannyasi is singing mundane songs. Rupa Goswami understands what is the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He composes a parallel verse. Priyah soyam Krishna sara chari kurukshetra militas tataham saradhat. And then he composes, doesn't show to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, puts it on the thatch of his roof. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes there and pulls it out and he sees, oh, this is exactly what was in my heart. God's poet helps God find words that God is unable to find. When Rupa Goswami comes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lovingly slaps him and says, how did you know what is in my heart? Sri Chaitanya mana abhishtam sthapitam yena bhutale soyam rupa kadamayam dadati swapadantikam. That is Rupa Goswami.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yes. आप उसी माइक में, अच्छा वो माइक कनेक्टेड नहीं, ठीक है, FM, okay. It's behind there, yeah. I hope the answers satisfied your queries, Prabhuji. Thank you. Yes.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी,
Yeah.
बहुत अच्छा विज्ञान तत्व का आपने ये प्रवचन दिया
जी.
पर हमारे जैसे छोटे लोग के लिए जैसे आपने बताया स्नेह, राग, अनुराग, ये सब तत्व को तो हम लोग को इधर से सुनते इधर से वहाँ तक पहुँच भी नहीं पाते हैं। लेकिन मैं पढ़ा हूँ चैतन्य चेतामृत में, एक कुत्ता भगवान धाम चला गया था, ठीक है। दूसरा कि जब प्रकाशानंद सरस्वती ठाकुर से जब चैतन्य महाप्रभु बोले थे कि आप तो सन्यासी हो, वेद शास्त्र क्यों नहीं पढ़ते हो, तो महाप्रभु ने कहा, मेरा गुरु ने कहा कि तुम मूर्ख हो, केवल हरे कृष्णा का कीर्तन करो। और ऐसे बहुत से उदाहरण है चैतन्य चेतामृत में, जगाई मधाई का, फिर रामानंदाचार्य का। तो इस पे अच्छा लेक्चर दिया, लेकिन मैं समझ नहीं पा रहा हूँ जो आप बोल रहे हैं, ये सब तत्व बोलते हैं ना, भाव, प्रेमा, भक्ति, ये सब का।
जिस चैतन्य चरिता आप कह रहे हैं, आप छोटे भक्त, आप तो चैतन्य चरितामृत पढ़ के बैठे हैं? आप कहाँ से छोटे भक्त हुए हैं? आप चैतन्य चरितामृत पढ़ के बैठे हैं ना? जिस चैतन्य चरितामृत के उदाहरण आप दे रहे हैं हमें, जिसमें जगाई मधाई का उदाहरण है, जिसमें उस
कुत्ता गया
कुत्ता
था
का उदाहरण है जो भगवत धाम चला गया, उसी चैतन्य चरितामृत में स्नेह, प्रणय, राग, अनुराग, भाव, महाभाव, मादना के महाभाव का भी तो उदाहरण है। यदि हम अर्ध कुकुटी न्याय से केवल एक उदाहरण ही लेंगे और बोलेंगे कि यही चैतन्य चरितामृत है, उसको अर्ध कुकुटी न्याय कहते हैं। मतलब मुर्गी का सर, मतलब मुर्गी का जो अंडे देने वाला भाग है वो तो चाहिए, लेकिन मुर्गी का सर इत्यादि खाने वाला भाग नहीं चाहिए हमें। वो आधा यदि भाग हम लेंगे, आधे भाग को स्वीकार नहीं करेंगे, तो चैतन्य चरितामृत के साथ हम न्याय कैसे करेंगे? तो चैतन्य चरितामृत मतलब समूचा चैतन्य चरितामृत हमें देखना होगा। और अंत में चैतन्य, किसी ग्रंथ के अंत में जो भावनाएं व्यक्त की हुई होती हैं वो उस ग्रंथ का सार होती है। चैतन्य चरितामृत के अंत में चैतन्य महाप्रभु की गंभीरा में महाभाव दशा वर्णित है, और उस महाभाव दशा को जिस प्रकार से श्री कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी ने वर्णित किया है, उसे देख के समझ आता है कि चैतन्य चरितामृत ग्रंथ रचने का प्रयोजन क्या था। क्या चैतन्य चरितामृत में केवल वही कि भाई कुत्ते को वैकुंठ भेज दिया और हाँ भाई प्रकाशानंद सरस्वती के साथ बात करते करते बोला मुझे बस हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र जप करना है बस, और यहाँ पे खत्म, दी एंड हो सकता था चैतन्य चरितामृत का। पर चैतन्य चरितामृत अंत्य लीला में जब समाप्त होती है, वहां पर जो चैतन्य महाप्रभु की भाव अवस्था इत्यादि का वर्णन किया गया है, उसे जानकर समझना, वो उसका एक प्रयोजन है, क्यों बताया गया है। वो सभी गौड़ीय वैष्णवों के लिए बताया गया है ताकि सभी गौड़ीय वैष्णव उसे समझ सकें, और वो समझने के बाद ही व्यक्ति अपने प्रेम के स्तर में धीरे 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 आगे बढ़ेगा। क्योंकि जब तक हम रूप गोस्वामी की पद्धति को ही नहीं समझेंगे तो हम काहे को कहेंगे कि हम रूपान हो गए। कौन कौन कहता है कि हम रूपान हो गए, है कि नहीं? हाउ मेनी से वी आर फॉलोअर्स ऑफ रूपा गोस्वामी? बाकी लोग नहीं है, कहाँ है? सभी लोग है ना। हाँ, तो जो कहते हैं कि हम रूपान हो गए और जो कहते हैं कि चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने अपने सर्वशक्ति रूप गोस्वामी में संचित की, तो उनको रूप गोस्वामी का अनुसरण रूप गोस्वामी के बताए हुए मार्ग के अनुसार करना चाहिए। तो ये सब उदाहरण तो बहुत अच्छे है ही कि कुत्ते को वैकुंठ भेज दिया। इस संसार में एक वैकुंठ होता है जिसको प्रापंचिक वैकुंठ कहते हैं, जो ऐसे नहीं रथ में भगवान को देख लिया वैकुंठ चला गया, मंदिर का प्रदक्षिणा कर लिया वैकुंठ चला गया। तो इस संसार में एक प्रापंचिक वैकुंठ होता है इस भौतिक संसार में। वहां कुछ समय तक रुकता है, भगवान की भक्ति में आगे बढ़ता है, पुनः जन्म लेता है। उस वैकुंठ को जीव गोस्वामी ने भक्ति संदर्भ में समझाया है। उसका नाम होता है, कौन सा वैकुंठ होता है? प्रापंचिक वैकुंठ। प्रेम मिलने के बाद जो प्राप्ति होती है वो त्रिपाद विभूति में, यानी इस भौतिक संसार के परे जो है, वो जो वैकुंठ और गोलोक की उसकी प्राप्ति होती है, उससे वापस जन्म नहीं लेना पड़ता, वो अंतर है। तो जब जब आप ये उदाहरण सुनते हो कि किसी कुत्ते को हाँ वैकुंठ भेज दिया, या किसी ने मंदिर की प्रदक्षिणा लगा दी और वो भगवत धाम चला गया, तो जीव गोस्वामी समझाते हैं कि बिना प्रेम के अगर ये सब बात चल रही है तो कौन से वैकुंठ की बात चल रही है? प्रापंचिक वैकुंठ की बात चल रही है। क्योंकि बिना प्रेम के बिना कोई वहां चला जाए उस धाम में करेगा क्या? कोई ऐसा वाटर पार्क तो है नहीं कि भाई यहाँ टिकट मिल गया, हाँ अभी, हाँ या मुंबई में एसएल वर्ल्ड है ना, हाँ, एसएल वर्ल्ड तो है नहीं, या डिज्नी वर्ल्ड तो है नहीं, हाँ भाई टिकट मिल गया अब मैं आनंद से रहूंगा, जो चाहिए खाऊंगा, जो चाहिए पीऊंगा, हाँ आनंद। तो वो वहां जाके करना क्या है? हाँ, सेवा तो ठीक है, सेवा से पहले कुछ आता है। वहां जाके एक वस्तु भगवान के, वो है प्रेम। पहले प्रेम होगा तब सेवा होगी। पहले क्या होना चाहिए? प्रेम, फिर बाद में होगी सेवा। जैसे इस संसार में किसी प्रेमिका के प्रेम में पड़ता है, पहले प्रेम में पड़ता है, फिर उसके लिए 1000 सेवाएं करता है वो, लेकिन देखा होगा संसार में, है ना? ऐसा नहीं कि पहले उसको बताया जाता है पहले सेवा करो बाद में प्रेम होगा, नहीं नहीं, पहले प्रेम करता है वो, उसके बाद क्या करता है वो? सेवा करता है। पहले भगवान से प्रेम होगा, फिर आध्यात्मिक जगत में जो सेवा है वो सेवा करने के लिए आप तत्पर रहोगे, ये बात है। उसका ट्रेनिंग यहाँ पे पहले दिया जा रहा है, ये ट्रेनिंग है। तो प्रभु जी ये बात है, मैं कहना चाहता हूँ सभी भक्तों को चैतन्य चरितामृत आपने तो पढ़ा ही है और आपने आगे भी पढ़ा होगा, पूरे विस्तार से उसको समझ के लेना चाहिए, क्योंकि भक्ति रसामृत सिंधु का बहुत सारा सार उसमें दिया हुआ है। ये आपके जिज्ञासा का उत्तर है। मैं आशा करता हूं कि आपकी जिज्ञासा का थोड़ा समाधान इस उत्तर से हुआ रहेगा। जी,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for your amazing lecture. Uh, in this verse, Prabhuji, Anarpita Charim Chirat is there. So does it mean that it is not given from a long ago, or it means that it is never given before?
It was previously given when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came previously.
Okay, in previous kalpa.
That is the meaning. So that is the meaning. I hope that satisfies you. Yes. Yes.
Prabhupada told that if we follow 4 regulative principle and chanting 16 round nicely, so I have backdoor key, so from that you can enter. So how we can understand it?
All right. So Srila Prabhupada said if you chant 16 rounds and follow 4 regulative principles, you will go back to Godhead. ठीक है. Did he say that by violating the condition of prema you will go back to Godhead? Because previous acharyas have clearly set a condition for that. What is the condition for going back to Godhead? I specified it. You should have one thing with you. What thing should you have? Prema, love of Godhead. Did Srila Prabhupada say that violating that condition, I will take you back to Godhead? Backdoor key is there. Acha, what is the backdoor key? Now, today we should try to understand something. Sometimes statements are made by acharyas that you do this thing and you will go back to Godhead. What to speak of Srila Prabhupada? Previous acharyas, Shastra also says, if you chant one name of Hari, you are liberated. Do you believe it or disbelieve it? Believe it, na? Please chant one name of Hari. Bolo? Where are you right now? अरे क्या हो गया प्रभु? Is it, Shastra is speaking correctly or what happened? Everybody chanted Hari, na? Or kuch precondition was not there, huh? Chant with pure, nothing like that. Huh? Just says one who chants Sakrid Uchcharitam Yena Hari Rityaksharab Dvayam. Once who chants the 2 syllables Hari. All of you chanted. So why are we still here? So the answer is given by Sri Jiva Goswami. Please hear the answer carefully. Sri Jiva Goswami points out a verse. Sakrid Uchcharitam Yena Harir iti aksharadvayam baddha parikarastena mokshaya gamanam prati. Sakrid Uchcharitam Yena. Sakrid means once. Uchcharitam. Somebody has uttered. Hari iti aksharadvayam. 2 syllables. What are the 2 syllables? Hari. Shastra says he is liberated. But then Shastra explains. Baddha parikarastena. He has done parikar bandha. You know what is parikar bandha? Previously when people used to go for long journey, first they will tie something around their, waist. Nowadays we say rolling up the sleeves. In English literature we say. Why? Because once you are preparing yourself. Acha, somebody like I did parikar bandha. I want to go to Delhi from here. Walking, not by train. Walking. Is it short journey or long journey? Long journey. So I did parikar bandha. Now I have to walk to Delhi. And I went outside, I am on the crossroads there. Somebody came and asked you, Prabhuji, where is Hari Parshad Das? He went to Delhi. Right now, where is he? He's here on the crossroads. Samajh mein aa raha hai? But while speaking, what do they say? He went to Delhi. Samajh mein aa raha hai? So, Shastra says, he chanted one name of Hari and he went back to Godhead. इसका मतलब क्या है? अभी उधर चौराहे पे ही है अभी. He's on the crossroads right now. But even though he's on the crossroads, people say that he has gone to Delhi. Even though we are right now maybe on the crossroads, but Shastra says you are liberated. And Prabhupada says you will go back home, back to Godhead. The conditions of going back to Godhead that were applicable for all the previous devotees are also applicable to all of us. Don't expect anything different. No, my Guru is most merciful. Yes. Is Sri Rupa Goswami not most merciful? Yes or no? Bolo Prabhuji. Yes. Is Sri Jiva Goswami not most merciful? Yes or no? Narottam Das Thakur? Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur? Bhakti Vinod Thakur? Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur? Yes. So all are merciful. So that condition is not going to change. The condition is you have to attain prema. Therefore, when I quoted the purport, I quoted Srila Prabhupada's translation. That unless one has love for Lord Vasudeva, because I will not give you sweet untruth. समझ में आ रहा है ना? मीठा लगने वाला झूठ नहीं बोलूँगा आपसे. I am sitting on a very prestigious seat. I am supposed to speak like a Brahmana. I will not give you something which is not Siddhanta. Siddhanta is everybody who wants to go back to Godhead should first and foremost come to which stage? भाव तो ठीक है. After भाव, प्रेम. हाँ, please remember which stage? प्रेम. Even if your guru is Lord Rishabdev, if you don't have prem, you can return back to the material world. समझ रहे? Is Bhagavan Rishabdev merciful or not? Did all of his disciples go back to Godhead? No. Which one remained back? Bharat Maharaj. Why? Because he did not attain one stage. Which stage? Prema. Don't expect anything different. Expect the same condition. Oh, but I made so many devotees. Where is the prema? Oh, but I collected so much money. Where is the prema? All of this that you did will help you in your devotional lives in the future. You will get a good guru, you will get good facilities, everything. But for going back to Godhead, you need one thing. First and foremost. What is that? Prema. Srila Prabhupada may give prema to an unqualified person. That may happen. But prema has to be given first. But my question to you is, how many people will Srila Prabhupada give prema to? ये बात है ना? Did Prabhupada say कि I will give to everybody? Or did Prabhupada say go through the process and develop prema? What did Prabhupada say? Go through the process. Otherwise Prabhupada would have said just come to the temple, list yourself as a member of ISKCON, I will give you Diksha, and by my mercy you will go back to God. Why have sadhan bhakti at all? So the point of sadhan bhakti is kriti sadhya bhavet sadhya bhava. You have to attain bhava and prema. Without that, without prema, there is no going back to Godhead. And this statement of Prabhupada that you quoted, there are also counter statements. Prabhupada says many of my disciples will not be able to go. There are statements to that effect also. I don't know the exact references. You know, many people will take 2 or 3 lives or something like that. There are statements to the opposite effect also. But the Siddhanta is without prema, nobody can go back to Godhead. So that is it. And our main focus should not be on going back to Godhead. If a Gaudiya Vaishnava who has deeper understanding, it's not about going back to Godhead. Because going back to Godhead is still about personal happiness. It is still about personal happiness. So a Gaudiya Vaishnava who is developed further maturity will get rid of this. Bhukti, Mukti, Spriha. There are 2 witches. One is the desire for material enjoyment and another is the desire to go back home, back to Godhead. These are like witches. Bhoot chad jaye sar pe. You know, when they dance on your head, you become unhappy in life. So this desire, oh, if I don't chant nicely, what will happen? I will not go back to Godhead. Oh my God. Oh, that gives more pain. That desire, oh, I will not go back home, back to Godhead. So that keeps us in perpetual pain. Therefore, Rupa Goswami says, Bhukti, Mukti, Spriha is not beneficial. Later, devotees should get rid of this. Initially, it's okay. Later, devotees should get rid of this desire. Because acharyas are also not in favor of keeping that desire forever. That is it. Yes.
Yeah. Prabhupada explained. It is not like that. His devotees' parents will take birth in a devotee's family. They will become devotees.
Yeah.
Then they will practice and go back to God. Not that somebody, I became a devotee, my parents will go back to God without practicing Krishna consciousness.
Yes. Even in Ajamil's case, Ajamil, Vishnu Dutas came, rescued him. Did they take him immediately back to Godhead? Why? What is remaining now? क्या बाकी रह गया Ajamil में? Prem Regan? That is what is needed. So I hope that clarifies. All right? Okay. ठीक है Prabhuji, should we stop or can we take more questions? Stop. All right. Hemagiri Prabhu said we should stop. All right. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Srila Prabhupada ki Nitai Gaur Premanande. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.